Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. This is Dylan with Tucson Future Classics, and that is our one-owner, 65,000-mile, 2015 Dodge Grand Caravan. Breakdown on the last generation Dodge Grand Caravan. This has got the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 up front, 6-speed automatic transmission, good for 283 horsepower, 260 foot-pounds of torque, 25 miles a gallon on the highway, and if you put a hitch on the back, it'll tow 3,600 pounds. Dodge and Chrysler invented the minivan, and they kind of perfected the utility of it. This is the last generation of these, and it's just a super, super useful vehicle. This particular one has got 65,000 miles. It's a one-owner van that came down to us out of Phoenix, and it has pretty good maintenance records shown through its life on the Carfax Vehicle History Report. When we took it in, we also did a 60,000-mile service, including the transmission fluid and filter, as well as front shocks, so it'll ride smooth and shift good for its new owner. This one is an American value package, meaning it's on Steelies. You've got the tinted glass, manual sliding doors, the venting windows in the back, and just all of the utility you want without a lot of the fancier electronics that can go wrong over time. I mean, I don't know if you all watching this have ever owned a minivan or had to replace a cable for an automatic sliding door, but let me tell you, it is not a fun job to do yourself, and it is not a cheap job to have somebody else do. So if you're looking for durability and usability over all else in a really pretty comfortable package, as you'll see when we get this thing out on the highway, it's kind of a no-brainer. Like I said before, Dodge and Chrysler invented the minivan. This is the last of the Grand Caravans before they went over to the new plug-in hybrid Pacificas and everything. So it's built like a tank. You can put everything you want in it. Seats all fold completely flush into the floor with their stow-and-go seating, and it's remarkably usable, and for a big box, it's actually pretty darn fun to drive too. So let's get inside and show you everything there is to see. Under the hood of the Grand Caravan here, looking into the power barn, you see a simple, well laid out and well engineered engine bay. Everything you need to worry about is right up front. Air filter here, power steering reservoir here, windshield washer reservoir there. Add your oil there, check your oil there. This is your coolant reservoir, fresh Duralast gold battery, brake fluid reservoir there, fuse box right here. Clean and easy. The back of the Grand Caravan here, open it on up, and you'll see, even with the seats up, a ton of space back here. This whole floor is dropped down and recessed really deeply with a bunch of all of these little hooks are for hooking like grocery bags and stuff on so they don't roll around back here when you're loading up this space. Also, behind this here is where your jack and everything is, your tire gear. And there's a little extra storage space behind that if you need to tuck some stuff, truly out of sight, out of mind, keep it out of the sun. One other thing, if you look up, there is that central seat belt for the back seat up there. And you've got tie-down hooks, little reinforced loops here and here for lashing down your bigger stuff. If you need to move some really big stuff, I really love how easy Dodge has made these seats. They're even labeled. So you pull one, headrest falls down. You come down here to 2, seat folds forward. You pull 3, releases the catch on the bottom, and then you pull 4, the whole thing tumbles down and back and makes a level load floor. Again, it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. When I say that nobody beats Chrysler's Stow-and-Go systems, I really mean it. So now you've got almost 6 feet of space just behind those 2 center captain's chairs. You put them back up is just the reverse. Grab this loop here. Up it goes forward. Then you pull 2 to release the back. Pull 4, it goes up, and then you can flip that back up. Just that easy. Moving on to the sliding doors. Now, these are not power, but pop it, and literally, they move with basically no force. Honestly, these are easier to move than a lot of the electric doors I've dealt with on vans. These are also Stow-and-Go, second row captain's chairs, and that means you get a really cool thing because, I mean, storage is king in these vans. You get this huge storage cubby where the seats would go that you can use for, I mean, just swallowing up a ton of stuff when those seats are up. Now, if you want to actually fold that away, I'll show you, and this is all being done one-handed. Driver's seat forward, flip this back up, it'll hold itself up and stay, and then you literally just pull one lever, boom, tumbles down, goes down, flip this, and it locks in, and boom, seat gone. To bring it back up, it is just the opposite. So you make sure this is up, there's a handle here for you, boom, lock that down, flip that up, just that easy. The thing while I'm hanging out all the way back here, backseat passengers get vent windows on both sides. Flip this around and show you over here. So you can crack these back windows open as you're going down the road to help pull fresh air into the vehicle. Right, now that I'm in the middle row, shut that door. And a cool thing about the middle rows on these is not only do they recline, but if I reach down here and grab the seat rail, they slide back too. So you can end up with a ton of room back here. In addition to that, this being that second row captain's chair setup, you have a nice wide pass through here to get to the third row seat. And even me being a big dude at, you know, 6'1" and 270 pounds, here in the third row, this minivan, this seat pulled back and reclined. I even still have leg room in here. And if you want to, and you're in the back seat, you can recline the back seats too and just lay way the hell back. Third rows get little cup holders and cubbies on both sides, and even right down there is a cigarette lighter power port. Plus, to keep everybody nice and cool, I said this has the dual HVAC system. That's right under there. You've got vents here running all along the roof, and if the driver is kind to you, you can choose your own climate control and control it from up there. One other nice thing, these center captain's chairs have got, on both sides of them, armrests. So you can really dial in your comfort back here. Up here in the driver's seat, I'll run you through everything you can interact with up front. Starting over here, simple stuff, power door locks, power windows, power mirrors. You got your headlight controls here and your dimmer for the gauge cluster and the center stack right here. Down the door, you've got really good sized storage pockets with water bottle holders and a little extra one here in the middle. I mean, it's a minivan, so storage is definitely the name of the game here. It's got the floor mounted parking brake right there. And moving on up, really, really simple controls here. This controls that center screen. So all the information you need, tack, temperature, fuel, speed. And if you want a little bit more, this center screen will show you 2 different trip computers, distance to empty, a digital readout of your speed, as well as your instant MPG and the outside temperature. Button below it resets for the trips. Over here, all of it's on one stalk. So front wipers, rear wipers, turn signals, high beams. Super easy. Cruise control controls are here, and your transmission shift lever is up here. Plus, this is the 6-speed with select shift. So by moving this left and right, you can pre-select or shift gears in a more sporting manner. One other cool thing, this is a Chrysler product, which means you get these buttons here behind the wheel. These are your radio controls. So the left side controls, turn the radio on, will change and seek track up or down, radio stations, or tracks on a CD. And the right-hand ones here are your volume. Really nice, you can control this whole thing without ever taking your hands off the wheel. Speaking of, this is AM, FM, CD, and auxiliary line-in right there. Moving down below, these are your HVAC controls. Now, I said before this is a dual HVAC vehicle, which means you have the fronts. You can also have the passenger with their own temperature there, and then the rear is here. So this being a bigger vehicle, being able to crank up the rear AC as well as the front cools us down way quicker than just relying on a single unit. Right here, you've got traction control, hazard lights, and Econ. Econ just changes the shifting, the transmission programming, and a little bit of the throttle and fuel mapping to buy you 1 to 2 more miles a gallon out on the highway. And it makes it a little bit smoother transitions onto and off of power. Below that, you've got a storage cubby here, more cup holders here with little coin slots. Below it, another storage cubby, pretty deep one at that, with 2 more 12-volt power outlets there. Center console here, even more cup holders. This guy comes out if you need to fit something really big down in the basin of this whole thing. On the passenger side, you've got the same door storage there, but you've got dual glove boxes. Again, minivan, designed to hold lots of stuff. Moving up, visors do everything you'd expect. Drop, you got a vanity mirror in there, and they cover a fair bit of this side window to help keep the sun at bay. Up top here, you've got your sunglass holster, and if you move it halfway, you've got a mirror there so you can keep an eye on the kiddos, miscreants, or cargo, whatever you may have in the back. Dome lights there, and a manually activated day-night mirror. Quick continuity error, you'll notice it is now raining. Well, these videos take a little bit of time to shoot them in the pictures, and in the intervening time, it has started raining on us. But we'll drop the windows, head down out of this parking garage, and let you hear this Grand Caravan as it goes through all the motions of driving. There we go. Knock the back wiper and the front wipers off. Driver and passenger windows down, because again, those are the 2 powered windows here. Those rear vents, I'm not going to climb all the way back to open right now. But we'll just listen as it goes through the parking garage here. I'll shut my mouth so you can open your ears. No suspension clunks, no brake squeal, not too many rattles coming from here in the cabin. I mean, just a touch over 65,000 miles. It's pretty solid. Yeah. Pulling out of the parking garage out here into downtown Tucson. Kind of worst case scenario for municipal driving. Wet roads and the tram tracks. But take a listen to this thing as we go over all the bumps and everything. It's pretty solid. Alright, we're on an effectively abandoned stretch of dead-end road here. We'll do a quick 0 to 40 to 0 to show you all there is nothing hiding in the suspension or braking systems under full accelerative or decelerative load. It's going to be a little slick, so we'll probably really hear the ABS working. And just for a little extra sportiness, traction control is off. Ready, set, go. $40. Easy, right to a stop. For a brick, it moves pretty good. Now it's a bit wetter out than usual, so our speeds are going to be a little bit lower. However, sitting out here on the highway, little bit of road noise, not too much wind noise, and I mean, it's a minivan. It's a 65,000 mile minivan. There's a reason these things are still the ultimate kid haulers and highway road trippers. Like, I'm gonna be quiet here. Well, other than the rain, it's quite quiet. That wraps everything up on our 65,000 mile 2015 Dodge Grand Caravan. To recap, if you're looking for a van that gives you all the practicality and utility that you need without all of those features that can prove to be unreliable in the future, this is the van for you. To make an appointment to come see it, all of our contact information will be linked in the description below. And in just a moment, our phone number will appear on screen so you can more easily call us or text us. As always, I've been Dylan. We'll see you soon.